It's called The View?
It's called The View. It's not called The Facts.
Yeah, but isn't it interesting that it's called, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America. There is one view.
Right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else can go sit in the corner.
It's called The View, not The Facts. That one line perfectly sums up the problem. What started as a daytime talk show has quietly turned into a place where one opinion rules and everyone else is expected to sit quietly in the corner. And this time that illusion completely collapsed, on live television.
They're disgusting. She's Anna Navarro, in your wildest imagination, you could never solo host a show. You will only ever make it as part of an ensemble, and you could never hope to achieve the success that Tucker Carlson has. So you can sit in your little cheap seats all day long and enjoy your little negative henpecking, but your careers are going nowhere, and Tucker's...
Sunny Hostin thought she was in control. Calm posture, confident tone, sipping tea like nothing could go wrong. Then Maher and Megyn Kelly stepped into the conversation, and suddenly the floor vanished beneath her. What followed wasn't a debate. It was a takedown.
Because I got so many texts this week, because she attacked me the week before.
Sure.
So everybody was like, oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma. First of all, I'm going to talk about this at the end of my show next week, teaser. But there is no fucking thing as karma, okay? Get over that. Lippy attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid shit on a regular basis. It just happened to coincide.
Maher came in with dry, surgical sarcasm. Megyn Kelly followed with calm, razor-sharp logic. Together, they dismantled Sunny's usual dominance so fast it felt like a live TV ambush, except she was the one unprepared.
Hot mess that they air in the mornings, called The View, had to issue not one, not two, not three, but 4 corrections, legal corrections, 4 legal notes. Not to mention what they did at that debate, where once again, they tried to fact check only one side, and then when their fact checks got fact checked, they cowered. They cowered in fear. I mean,
Sunny's favorite move? Waving her law degree like a magic shield. Former prosecutor, legal expert, authority on everything. But the moment someone starts a sentence with, as a lawyer, you already know facts are about to take a backseat to moral grandstanding.
Term you want. Okay. Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super far left, but don't tell me the left had
the super far right. He's talking about the left. Well, then
okay, but we talked about that. I mean, I think we agree about the danger of the super far right, and I can't say it enough. I think they're the bigger threat, but. Don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. Mm-hmm. I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Even Maher pointed it out. The show had to issue 4 legal corrections in a single week. That's not journalism. That's damage control. And it exposed just how reckless the commentary had become.
Finally, Newell, stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma. Sorry. Sorry, but life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious.
Sunny has a rare talent, turning anything into systemic injustice. A TikTok trend, patriotism, even global power dynamics. Everything becomes a sermon. And eventually, even her own co-hosts look exhausted sitting next to it.
I had a discussion on The View about world superpowers from the sound of it. That's how they got into it. And Sunny Hostin made some comments about patriotism and America and Black America. It's all in there, Jason. I mean, it's all in there. I'm going to tee it up. It starts with Alyssa Farah, who's supposed to be the Republican commentator. And then you'll hear Sunny jump in. Listen.
If America is not the #1 global power, it's not going to be Denmark. It's going to be communist China, a country that right now the government is imprisoning Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps. It is a deeply racist government. It's a human rights violating government. It is a government that if they are the leader of the free world, we are not a free world the way that we are right now.
So the notion of patriotism and the notion of America and the American flag has been co-opted by the right as if they are true patriots. Mm-hmm. But when I listen to Christopher Wray, the head of the FBI, he said white supremacy is the biggest domestic threat to the.
This is where things cracked. Bill Maher calmly said what no one on that couch likes to hear: the left has changed. And when Sunny tried to deny it, the room shifted. Reality doesn't bend just because you raise your voice. Clip 8. Then came the moment that shocked viewers. Sunny compared January 6th to the Holocaust. Not metaphorically.
Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, yay, on January 20th of this month. Not everyone's happy about it, and many people would like us to be more focused on the insurrection that he personally unleashed, if you ask them. As we discussed earlier, they think it's as bad as like the Holocaust, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here is Sunny Hostin of
January
The View
6th was an
today.
atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery.
Yeah, the January 6th is right up there next to the Holocaust.
That wasn't just hyperbole, it was a credibility meltdown that instantly erased any moral high ground she thought she had. Clip 9. Maher and Kelly didn't shout. She didn't perform. She simply laid out facts, timelines, and sources. And that alone rattled the entire panel. Calm logic on The View suddenly felt like forbidden magic.
The tone they all talk with him. I want you to look at Sunny Hostin's body language and the way they look at him and everything else. Just because he is a lefty who hasn't gone completely bananas, here they are talking about the word woke.
The term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized. And so I was surprised to hear you use the term because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and so
migrate.
why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But
You could see Sunny glitch in real time. Data short-circuited her arguments. History didn't cooperate. So she defaulted to indignation, because outrage is easier than correction.
Goldberg was angry when Alyssa pointed out that Trump went to the funeral of Officer Diller.
Yes.
On Long Island, and Joe Biden went to a podcast. Look at Whoopi Goldberg's reaction.
Choose what you like there, but for Republicans, it was good imagery.
Really?
One day later, yes.
And I'm asking that because I was so offended because you know who showed up.
Yeah.
And he was, whether he was asked or not. This
So he
is a
was
man who
invited?
didn't care what happened to the officers on January 6th.
She promotes Joe Biden and Kamala Harris every day on that show. Trump wasn't supportive enough of the cops who were, yes, in danger on J6th. How does that explain their behavior on a daily basis?
This was the moment that hit hardest. Megyn said it plainly: you can hate Donald Trump without hating everyone who voted for him. That's half the country. And refusing to accept that reality is how the divide keeps growing.
Last week you called white Republican women cockroach.
Actually, I didn't. And
You said they're acting like cockroaches.
I used it as similar. Let me answer that.
Okay.
I used to.
That's
Here's what I'm going to ask you all
I
to do.
need
Here's
to-
what I'm going to ask you to do.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to tone it down a bit because I can't hear anything.
Let
No
me
one can hear
respond.
what's being
But she just
saying.
said I called
You
white women
understand why
roaches.
people-
All right, we're
because
going to
I
go to
didn't.
break. We're going to break. Can't
By the end, there was no comeback, no pivot, no recovery. Bill Maher leaned back, Megyn stayed calm, and Sunny spiraled into interruptions and emotional overload. It wasn't physical, but ideologically she collapsed on live television.